Yeah. I did one of Serena's volleyball games, though, and it was still on there. It was,
whoops.
I don't know how to get it off.
I don't know that I know how to even get it on there.
Well, hello and good morning to you here, live on SammyVision. Before the sun has come up. The Warcats varsity hockey team in the semifinals of this North Coast High School Invitational Tournament up here in the greater Cleveland area, taking on the only team that's beat them so far in this tournament, North Royalton. We got a victory over the Warcats early yesterday afternoon, a 2-1 game, a close game. Now the Warcats looking for revenge. The winner of this game goes on to the championship game at approximately 3:30 today. Of course, all games being played here at the Mentor Ice Arena here in Mentor, Ohio. Nice facility. Beautiful high school next door. The Warcats coming off a victory last night, a 6-3 victory, beating the Fremont Ice Wolves. That game seeing the Warcats score 4 goals in the third period, 2 in the first, 4 in the third, including a shorthanded goal, which would eventually be the game-winning goal, scored by Cedric Collins. And it was a rough second period for the Warcats, giving up all 3 of the goals against in that second period, but making up for it with a strong third period, and senior Alex scoring, the senior netminder, getting his first win. And it was good to see that yesterday for the Warcats. I would suspect that we're going to see senior number 32, Aiden Mukovich, start this game. He was on the hook for the 2-1 loss to North Royalton the first time these two teams matched up. But it was a pretty evenly played game. A few more penalties, obviously, than the Warcats would like, but that's the theme of their season so far. The Warcats going to be without the services of senior Santos Shalia, number 65, and Daniel Johnson, number 1. Now approaching 15 games into the season, we've yet to see Daniel Johnson make his appearance for the Warcats, but we imagine that'll happen soon. Dead silence here in the rink. Players getting instructions at the bench. And we're just about ready to roll here. Again, I'm your host, Sam Shalia. Live here on SammyVision. Helping me on the camera today, Miss Tina Reisinger. And thankful to all the people who have volunteered to help this weekend to make this possible. The Warcats sending out Cullen Hassel, Colin Fury, and David Reisinger. So a little different combination to start the game, but going back to Andrew Reisinger and Alex Snyder, the seniors on defense. Referee blows the whistle. Puck is dropped, and we're away here in the semifinals of the tournament. Face-off won by the Warcats. Stepping into his man is Cullen Hassel, and then getting pushed from behind. Sticks go up. And now skating away with it is Andrew Reisinger. Andrew Reisinger, shot! Save made right off the bat. Beyond, or right through the defender. A little snapshot there by Andrew Reisinger trying to take the goaltender by surprise. And 18 seconds into the game, the Warcats put pressure on North Royalton. Now face-off won by Hassel. David Reisinger, Andrew Reisinger deflected down in front, trying to find it. At his feet was Cullen Hassel, but North Royalton able to come up with it. Hassel was trying to drop it to Alex Snyder. Snyder is not expecting that pass. Hassel had to retreat back to get it. Stepping up to take that pass was Andrew Reisinger up on the right wing, up from his defensive position, but played back into the Warcat zone. Now along the half wall, Colin Fury trying to play it past North Royalton at the boards, kept in at the boards. Now around behind the net and then wraparound attempt. Hits the side of the net and goes up into the glass, but the whistle was blown because the net had come slightly off of its supports, I believe. And so now North Royalton sending out the diminutive number 3 with the white helmet. Very speedy skater, very small skater. The Warcats have Cedric Collins out there with Caleb Bussey and Josh Tidd. And it is Cedric Collins with it. He has the defenseman turned around, puts a shot on the net. Rebound attempt, or rebound, goes past Josh Tidd on the back end. Aiden Whaley, Chase Nixon on the blue line. Up to Bussey. Caleb Bussey with a shot that's deflected just past the far post. The near post from our vantage point. Collins again picking it up. Trying to get around the defense. Puck rolls off his stick and then a centering feed hits an ankle and Collins heading off for a line change. Good start so far by the Warcats. Long lead pass up on the right side for Hinton. Hinton sending it to the middle. That shot goes in behind the net, and then running into the goaltender is one of the Warcats. Looks like Sean Hunt. Now North Royalton coming back down. Paddled aside by Mukovitz. Sent out in front. Picked up by Reed Hinton. I like the pace of this game. It's a fairly fast pace. And the Warcats have been able to handle it pretty well. Icing on North Royalton will bring the puck down into North Royalton's zone. Again, just underway here. 2.5 minutes approximately into the first period of a scoreless game. Warcats going back to Bridge, Reisinger. There's a shot from the point by Wickizer. Save made. Owen Hood, actually, taking that shot, number 25. Wickizer is on the ice. I wasn't too far off. DJ Bridge taking that face off. He's trying to feed it out in front to David Reisinger. Now a loose puck picked up by North Royalton. And the zone is cleared. Trying to get back to that puck is Owen Hood, but North Royalton, as we noticed the first time they played, very speedy and getting to the pucks before the Warcats a lot, and that was the difference, I think, in that 2-1 game yesterday. Again, the net coming off of its supports. We've seen this a couple of times last night, delaying the game slightly. And face-off going to take place inside the zone, although I thought perhaps North Royalton player may have knocked the net off. But the Warcats win the face-off. Andrew Reisinger leaving it there for Cooper Kleberger. And then up along the boards to David Reisinger, chased down by Cullen Hassel. Hassel back to Cooper Kleberger, over to Andrew Reisinger. Andrew Reisinger, long lead pass up to Hassel. Hassel then sends it in, hits the end boards, the back of the net, and then comes into the near corner. Played there by North Royalton to the blue line and out. Not able to get it past Andrew Reisinger on the first attempt. Reisinger then gloves it down and is going to be guilty of a hand pass, I believe. I'm not entirely sure. I thought Reisinger gloved it down and then was the first person to hit it again. Referee seeing it differently. And so we have a face-off outside the Warcats zone. Bussey, Collins, Fury back out there. Still Reisinger and Cooper Kleberger, the two defenders. Andrew Reisinger picks it out of the corner up to Collins. Collins feeds Bussey. Bussey now to the left. Bussey takes a shot right on, save made, and then gloved out of the air by North Royalton's goaltender, who hangs on for the face-off. Nicholas Crone and Alex Snyder now in on the defense for the Warcats. And that puck was flipped into the Warcats zone. Would have been icing had it gotten past that end line, but it looked like it was right onto Aiden Mukovitz. He had to hold on. Gets a face-off. Again, North Royalton making changes. They've been rolling lines fairly quickly. Face-off this time won by North Royalton in the Warcat zone. The first attempt fanned on. Second one gets all the way through. Pad saved by Mukovitz. Nicholas Crone shovels the puck out of the zone. And then North Royalton right back in. Collins meeting the North Royalton player there just inside the zone, but deflected in deep. Tying his man up. Good job, Alex Snyder in front of the net. Bussey up the Fury and back out of the zone. Now it's delayed offsides on North Royalton. They touch back up. The referee is terribly out of position to make blue line calls. As we've seen pretty much all tournament, they have a ref in very, very deep, and then another ref just kind of wandering around in the neutral zone. I'm not sure how they can see blue line calls. That puck comes right on to Aiden Mukovitz, who steers it into the corner. And a forearm shiver thrown by Alex Snyder to the back of the head of the North Royalton player. Comes right out in front, shot goal scored. And that puck comes right out. A player that was not watched. And it was like a shooting gallery there. And this shot went up over the shoulder of Aiden Mukovitz. And just like that, North Royalton up 1-0 in the early goings here. Bridge, Tidd, Hinton now out there with Whaley and Nixon. And it's North Royalton coming back into the zone with speed. Played away by the Warcats to the far wall. Bridge, again trying to get up the boards. North Royalton does a good job of pinching those boards. Shot save made by Mukovitz. The Warcats are going to have to do better than that to try and clear the zone. Another shot to the side of the net. Back to the corner. Nixon not able to steer it ahead. Tidd was at the blue line trying to get to that puck. Kept in, now shot save made. That puck was going wide of the net, but reaching out to hold on to it was Mukovitz for a face-off. And let's see if DeJondo elects to stay with this group, and he does. Having a little bit of a difficult time getting it out of their own zone. DJ Bridge leaning in to take the face-off, winning it forward, but kept in there by North Royalton. And then a really weak backhand attempt goes right to the blue line and kept in again by North Royalton. Waving at it was Hinton. Finally, the puck's out of the zone. DJ Bridge picking it up, trying to get around the defender. North Royalton clears the zone, then ices it. This will probably get on Mukovitz, though, who again has to hang on for a face-off, as really North Royalton was just trying to ice it. for whatever reason. Kind of lucky it got on the edge there and rolled into Mukovitz. So face off now in the Warcat zone. Taken by Cullen Hassel. He wins it back. Sean Hunt with it. Hunt skates it up around the right side and then sends it up to the blue line. And again, it's not really accomplishing much. There's nobody there for the Warcats to get it. So even if it gets out of the played up into the Warcats bench for a whistle. And the face-off is going to take place just outside the Warcat zone in front of their own bench. Puck dropped, won by Hassel. Back to Hood, over to Wickheiser. Wickheiser flipping it off the boards, looking for Hunt on the right side. A little too far, picked up by North Royalton and back into the Warcat zone. Hassel tips it. He's trying to tip it over to David Reisinger. North Royalton again back in the Warcat zone, spinning from that face-off dot. But the puck was deflected back in behind that goal line. Now up to the point. Number 24 winding up through traffic just wide. 26 picks it up on the near side. Now skating it again behind that end line, that goal line back there. Being pinned against the board by Wickheiser. Picked out of the pile by North Royalton. Out in front, save made by Mukovitz, and again the net is off. And as the North Royalton player kept trying to poke it in, Hassel comes in to clear him away from the net. And the net comes off of its supports again for the whistle, but no problem there with what Hassel's doing. The whistle had already blown for the net coming off, and North Royalton poking at it, and you got to clear those guys from in front. So Blumel and Bussy Collins out there. That played up by Collins to Bussy. Bussy now on the left side winds up, didn't get all of that. And the puck rolls in on the goaltender, who hangs on. 7:43 remaining. First period, Warcats down 1-0. North Royalton winning that face-off from their own zone, backhanding it, but knocked out of the air by Collins. The puck still comes out of the zone. Now retreating to his own blue line is Collins. Collins brings it up along that left side. Now passes it up to Andrew Reisinger. Reisinger with a step on the defense. Tries to toe drag the last defender and sends the puck right off the skate of that defender. Looked like he had a step for a second. There's Reisinger again. Backhands it down low from the side of the net. Collins trying to get possession of it. Back to Reisinger. Shot save made. And Andrew Reisinger snapping that shot towards the goaltender. Certainly, he has had some fairly good chances, but goaltenders making some pretty good saves on Andrew Reisinger over the course of the last few games here. Hinton trying to get it to his stick, then at the side of net, Fury sweeping at it. But the puck comes to the near boards. Good job there by DJ Bridge trying to keep the puck in. Now North Royalton coming back against the Warcat. Shot, save made by Mukovitz. Rebound comes out in front. That shot steered aside. Dangerous there for the Warcats, not able to clear that puck from in front of their net. Setting up some good looks for North Royalton. DJ Bridge steals that puck, sends it to the side of the net, held on by the goaltender. Referee still not blowing the whistle. The goaltender had no intention of playing that puck and had players near him. There's no reason not to blow that whistle. Eventually it was made. Warcats keeping those forwards out. Not in love with that decision. It's going to be Fury, Bridge, Hinton, with Snyder and Crone on defense. And the North Royalton player trying to dance around Crone, but Crone doing a great job of holding his position and not letting that happen. That's very good defensive play by number 8, Nicholas Crone. But North Royalton back, trying to get it down low. At the blue line, kept in. Long pass. Blocker save there by Mukovic, kept in again by North Royalton, who's now putting pressure on the Warcats. Down into the corner. And this is precisely what I was talking about. Now it's a long change for this group of forwards. But fortuitously, DJ Bridge able to get it out of the zone and allowing his line mates to change up. Josh Tidd on the left side. Hassel and David Reisinger, the forwards, now out there. North Royalton coming into the zone, shooting that puck wide of the net. Getting over to it, little number 3, with speed, able to get to that puck before the Warcats were. And it's kept in, and now the net is off again. The net is off of its supports again. The referee's not recognizing it. A buck's into the corner. We'll see what happens here. And finally a whistle as the referee recognizes that the net's come off its supports. So his order is restored here. Face-off in the Warcat zone. 5 minutes, 1 second remaining in the first period. Hassel trying to win that face-off forward. Kept in there by North Royalton. And looked like it was played with a high stick. No call there. And now puck sent in off of Hassel's chest. Right back in now to the Warcat zone. Chase Nixon ridden into the boards. Hassel comes and cleans it up, picking up the loose puck, trying to get it up to David Reisinger. Played away by North Royalton. Then Aiden Whaley knocked off the puck. North Royalton sends it back into the Warcat zone. Gloved out of the air by Nixon, who has a puck that's taken off of his stick. And North Royalton coming the other way. And I would say that the Warcats are trying to make too many individual plays here. That puck now backhanded behind the goal line. And the play, as much as it was carried by the Warcats in their early moments, has been all North Royalton. And just dumped to the ice with Aiden Whaley well after the whistle. And this player being tossed.
That's the right call.
The North Royalton player being run from the game well after the whistle, dumping Aiden Whaley to the ice. Number 11 has now been disqualified from the rest of the contest. And as it was the first time these two met, fairly chippy, the coach for North Royalton trying to get an explanation from the referee as to what's happening. Well, Warcats are going to be on a power play for sure, I would say. Unless, well, maybe. I don't want to assume too much. There are only 4 North Royalton players out there at the moment, but I don't see anybody in the box. Now I do. But nothing up on the board quite yet. 4:06 remaining in the first period. But as I was saying, too much individual work right now by the Warcats. And from their own zone, trying to carry the puck out past several North Royalton players is probably not the play. Somewhere in between trying to carry it out by yourself and just dumping it down the ice. You've got to find the happy medium there. Lengthy discussion at the scorers table now as the referee tries to sort out the penalty. The Warcats sending out Hassel and Collins and David Reisinger. And it does appear to be a power play, although nothing is on the board. So North Royalton from their own zone, chipping it up, kept in by Alex Snyder. Snyder sends it over to Collins. Collins down low to Hassel. Hassel spins away from his man in the corner. Hassel now along that half wall, back down below the goal line to David Reisinger. David Reisinger then cycles it down to Collins, over to Hassel. Hassel now from the corner again. Up to Snyder, back down to Hassel. Hassel to Snyder. Shot. Save made. Good play there by the Warcats. I don't think Alex got everything on that shot that he wanted, but he definitely had an open look, and he's got to take it. And so good puck movement there. I thought maybe Hassel would drop it down low to Reisinger, was all alone at the side of the net. But an equally good play to send it to Alex Snyder where he was. 2:03, I think, would be on the clock at the end of the penalty, if I was watching correctly. 2:03. So that is 1:23 remaining in the power play, is my guess. The coach upset that it's not up on the board, and rightfully so. It should be up on the board. The referees dropped the puck. And so actually not a power play at all. Okay, so he allowed them a fifth skater. No power play. No idea what is happening now all of a sudden. That's why it wasn't on the board. No power play, just called a straight misconduct and threw a player out of the game without a minor. And then offsides on North Royalton. And frustration all around. North Royalton players, parents, and coaches. But North Royalton leading this game. So regardless of all that, North Royalton with the lead. David Reisinger pushing his man into position. Good job by young freshman David Reisinger. Not taking any of that crap, I can tell you that. Now David waves at that puck and is pushed into by a North Royalton player. Again, pinned against the boards now. Kept in by Snyder. Snyder trying to skate it into the zone. North Royalton keeping it in, or getting it out of their zone to the Warcats. Andrew Reisinger is being harassed there. Caleb Bussey coming back to help out. Now back over to Reisinger. Reisinger cycling it around to Alex Snyder. Snyder, long pass up to David Reisinger. Reisinger trying to split the D. David with the step. And then recovery by the defense for North Royalton, able to reach back and get to that puck. Alex Snyder at his own blue line leaves it for Reisinger. Now to Bryce Wickheiser. Wickheiser trying to send it back to Snyder. Ends up sending it all the way down the ice for icing. Little unfortunate there, as Snyder probably could have played it, but that wasn't his puck. He was going to head off for a change. And so face-off now down into the Warcat zone with Hinton, Bussey, and Josh Tidd, who will have to work hard to get this puck out of the zone. Face-off, won by the Warcats. DJ Bridge up to Josh Tidd. A little far for Tidd. Tidd able to chase it down. Tidd pulls up the face-off dot and then sends it across the blue paint. Pinching up is Bryce Wickheiser. Wickheiser sends it down low. DJ Bridge trying to dig it out of the corner. See if he gets a little bit of help. Now coming in is Tidd. All three forwards, same side of the ice. Hinton backs off a little bit. North Royalton coming out the far side. Now skating it out of their zone and up along the right side. Through neutral zone with speed into the Warcat zone. There's some good passing by North Royalton. That shot goes just behind the goal line. And then trying to stuff it in there was a North Royalton player. Mukovich reaching back to get it. Moved the net slightly. But the whistle is blown as Mukovich had held onto the puck regardless. 1:31 remaining of the first period. Warcats still down by a goal. Now Hassel out there with Collins and Bussey. And off the face-off, comes to the side of the net again. And Mukovich again hanging on. And we'll see if that net issue ends up becoming a bigger issue as the game goes along. There's a backhand attempt, again, gloved by Mukovich. And if the Warcats continue to lose face-off, they're going to continue to give up shots like that, it seems to me. Bussey now stepping in. Gets enough of that face-off to prevent it from being a shot as the last two were. Loose puck now just shoveled wide of the net by North Royalton. Along the boards, Collins comes up with it. Sends it hard off the end boards. Over to Nixon, and then Hassel. That's Cooper Kleberger, not Nixon. Now Nixon's back on this side playing right D. Gets it up to Collins. Collins able to get out of the zone. He's passes it for Hassel. Hassel with a shot over the net. Comes off the glass hard. Sent back to Nixon. Deflected down low. Cedric Collins sending it right to the side of the net. 40 seconds remaining. First period. That pass gets all the way on, and then reaching for it was Hassel. Not able to get it down towards the net. He was looking at an open net. And now iced by North Royalton, where they'll be able to get a change. But the Warcats will get the face-off down in North Royalton zone. Now, very important face-off. The end of the period here. You win the face-off, you have a chance. You lose it, probably the rest of the period gets run out. And taking the face-off is DJ Bridge. He leans in, ties his man up. North Royalton coming in to get it, but kept in the zone by David Reisinger. And then a shot save made there by the goaltender for North Royalton. Out of the zone it comes. 12 seconds remaining in the period. Right on to Mukovitz, who's not taking any chances, reaches out and grabs it with 10 seconds remaining in the period. Reisinger, Bridge, Hinton, Snyder, and Crone. The 5 out there for the Warcats. Hinton takes his face off. He wins it cleanly to Snyder. Up to David Reisinger to DJ Bridge with 3 seconds remaining. The puck is played off of DJ Bridge's stick and cleared by North Royalton. And the period comes to an end. And that's actually exactly how the Warcats scored the first time these two teams met. It was Cedric Collins right at the end of the first period scoring with 2 seconds remaining. But that was the only goal that the Warcats got. This time, no goal. And down 1-0 at the end of the first period. 10 shots on goal for the Warcats. 9 shots on goal for North Royalton. And we take a little break here on the SammyVision television networks.
Oh, it's right there. Like my husband. Okay, whatever. Okay, Bonnie. No,
And so the teams will switch ends here. The Warcats in their red uniforms will be skating right to left. North Royalton in the gray jerseys are going to be skating left to right. And we'll see if Mukovitz has the same goal issues on the other end of the ice. So far it seems like only the goal to our left is the one that has been popping off of its supports. That also seemed to be the case yesterday as well. Start of the second period sees the Warcats sending out David Reisinger, Reed Hinton, Colin Fury. Everybody's ready right now except for the referees, who are having a discussion at the scorer's table again.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sam. Happy birthday to you.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. 21 years old today. We start this second period with the puck being sent into the Warcats zone. North Royalton behind the net trying to feed it out in front. Deflected away by the Warcats. Then sent down low, tipped. And Mukovitz able to get enough of that. Andrew Reisinger, as he's trying to send a cross-ice feed, had his stick interfered with a little bit and didn't get much of that. Cooper Kleberger retreating. David Reisinger over to Andrew. Andrew Reisinger up to Hinton. Reed Hinton up on the right side. Hinton into the zone. chips it past the defense. David Reisinger sends it out in front, but nobody there. And Reisinger, behind the play, hit by that North Royalton player for his troubles. Now left in the corner where there is nobody but North Royalton there. And the Warcats sitting back and giving a lot more space here than they probably should. Not Andrew Reisinger, though. He's going after that puck, tying his man up, and now flips it ahead to Colin Fury. Fury has the puck played away from him. Both Colin Fury and Reed Hinton, every once in a while, they get that puck a little too far out in front of them when they're skating with speed. And the defenseman able to come up and poke it away in that instance. Shot from the sideboards, fairly weak shot, easily steered aside by Mukovitz. Now comes in the near corner. Reisinger trying to tie his man up, and does, and gets the puck out of the zone, chasing it down, rubbed off the puck, and then sent back in by North Royalton, which really should have been icing from where that puck was sent in. And for good measure, a puck sent very hard up into North Royalton's bench and hit somebody, I believe. Nobody seems to be complaining too much over there. Face-off's going to come back down into the Warcats zone. The Warcats have got to find an extra gear here now. Bussy leaning in. He's got Collins with him, but kept in by North Royalton. Deflected by Bussy. Cleared by Hassel up to Collins, and icing as Hassel wasn't quite able to gain the red line before he chipped that up to Collins. And it was an example of a very good idea because he had Collins up there on the right. Just a little too much on that pass. So it comes back down into the Warcat zone. 2 minutes having come off the clock in the second period. Face-off won again there by the Warcats. Now Nixon sends it along the boards to Collins. Collins reverses course. I would have liked to see Collins had a little bit of time and space there. I would have liked to see him skate with that a bit. And the Warcats just get it out of the zone. And that should be, it was offsides. And a shot came in on the goaltender. And indeed, face-off will come down the ice, as it should. They don't always get this call right, but in this instance, the fans helped them make the right decision. DJ Bridge, Reed Hinton, and Bridge falling down, and the other forward is David Reisinger. Whaley and Nixon on defense. David Reisinger picking that puck up at center ice, sliding it a centering feed to Reed Hinton. Hinton driving the net all the way into the goaltender, but tied up by number 24 at the last second, and then sent down the ice past Aiden Whaley at the blue line, who skates down. Actually, it's Chase Nixon who gets to the puck first, though. Sends it around the boards, picked up by North Royalton. Wingers have got to get to these pucks at the boards, just like David Reisinger did right there, in order to get the puck out of the zone. And good job by Reisinger, pinning his man against the boards, and now trying to get up as both Reisinger and number 31 running into each other. Long pass off the boards, intercepted there by North Royalton, and then sent back into the zone. North Royalton touched up, and we're going to have perhaps a penalty, or was that a delayed offsides? And coming all the way down into, so perhaps icing, although I thought I saw the puck deflected. Not going to argue here. The faceoff comes down into North Royalton zone, where Caleb Bussy steps in to take it. Bussy leaves it there at the faceoff dot, and Hassel stepped in trying to get something towards the net. Wickheiser up from the point, sends it down below the goal line. Bussy trying to get it over to Hassel. Bussy out in front, and then backhands it into the stomach of the goaltender for North Royalton. And it does indeed seem like that net is having issues as well. Or the same net, different goaltender, same issue. Changes being made by North Royalton. Warcats keeping their 5 out there. Cowens over to Wickheiser to Hood. Owen Hood kicks it down to Cowens. All he could do is get a skate on that, and he kicked it. And then kept in by Owen Hood. Bussy had the puck just roll away from him. His eyes were lighting up as he thought he was going to have a clear shot. He's tied up into the corner. North Royalton able to come out with it. Wickizer to Hood. Hood back to, trying to get it back to Wickizer. Perhaps maybe over to Cowens, but intercepted there by North Royalton. Then plays it out in front. This time played away by Owen Hood as a North Royalton player was crashing the net. Hassel now up on the left side. Hassel trying to use some speed. Number 24, very good defender for North Royalton, steps into Hassel. And now we're going to get Caleb Bussy, not Caleb Bussy, Hassel in a confrontation with a North Royalton player. As somebody, I thought it was Bussy perhaps running into the goaltender. Hassel coming in to help out Bussy. Bussy was certainly getting harassed by the North Royalton player, who now has something to say to the bench as he skates away. The referees come in and break it up. And certainly and so now the fans and coaches having a conversation with each other. And the classy North Royalton players yelling back to the parents. So certainly North Royalton taking exception to their goalie being run into. Now whether he was run into because one of his own players got tied up with Bussy is difficult to tell. But shouldn't have resulted in what ended up happening there. And we're going to see what they sort out. So the referee's definitely calling one of the Warcats over to the box, and it's Cullen Hassel. Now having a discussion, looking at the goaltender, seeing if he's okay, and I am sure he is fine. Maybe retying a piece of equipment. That'll happen when you try and glove somebody in the head. And now number 20 for North Royalton also going to the box. Goaltender going back to his crease. The Warcats with a minor penalty up on the board. So Hassel either got an extra minor or a misconduct of some kind here as the referees are calling somebody else to the box. Coach DeJonda wanting an explanation. Meanwhile, we're in the second period with 10:43 remaining. And the Warcats are down 1-0 and going to be without Cullen Hassel for a period of time. 5 skaters coming out for North Royalton. So certainly it's the Warcats who are going to have the short end of the stick here. I can understand protecting your goalie, but there's only so much that you're allowed to do in the game of hockey. And I believe it really, to me, and not trying to make excuses, it looked like Hassel came over and was just trying to step in between the player and Bussy, the North Royalton player and Caleb Bussy. And for his trouble, he had a couple North Royalton players all over him. So again, they're calling another Warcat to the box. The extra penalty going to be served by Josh Blumel. And we're going to skate 5-on-4 here. North Royalton with the advantage.
Yeah, she's too busy looking at the players.
And so they drop the puck with North Royalton on the power play. Cedric Cowens and Reed Hinton there. A shot from distance. Goal scored on the rebound. Sitting right in front of the net on the rebound. Put home by North Royalton, who goes up 2-0. And If nothing else, shows you can't take penalties. And a very dejected Warcats players heading back over to their bench. And we can't possibly still be killing this penalty. So now the fifth skater comes out in the form of David Reisinger. He's out there with Reed Hinton, Cedric Collins. And again, now the Warcats really behind it. Have to pick their game up here. This is a solid North Royalton team, but certainly not unbeatable. The Warcats just need to skate with them and win the battles. Leaning in is Reed Hinton. He's knocked off the puck right off the face-off, and North Royalton clears it to the blue line, but kept in by Snyder. Sends it down low, and Reisinger trying to tip that towards the net. Not sure if he got a piece of it or not, but North Royalton out of the zone, sending a long lead pass up on the left, rolling off of the North Royalton's player's stick. It's the Warcats who pick it up, run into is Cedric Collins. Then down low, that hit with a high stick. It wouldn't have counted anyway. No shot on net there. And it's sent down the ice again. And Lex Luther over there at the bench yelling at the referee. Hassel yelling back at him. Very friendly conversation happening between those two. Probably going to go out for donuts after this. Down low trying to chip at that was David Reisinger. Now Reed Hinton runs into part of a North Royalton player, but mostly the boards. And it's sent out by North Royalton into the Warcat zone. Crone going after it. He's rubbed out hard on that play. North Royalton coming up with it. To the side of the net, deflected. Now in behind the net. Forwards for the Warcats, all of them down below the hash. Puck in behind the net. Players falling down in the crease. But now everybody seems to be back to where they could be. Now Cedric Collins tips the puck ahead. Cedric Collins in behind the defense. Shot save made. Blocker save made it by the goaltender for North Royalton. Sends it back out to Collins. Goal scores. Hamburger! Cedric Collins with the goal. Assist David Reisinger. And the Warcats are on the board. Go. And now we have ourselves a hockey game, 2-1. And the Warcats need to do more of that. Now another discussion happening at the scores table. It shouldn't take that long to say who scored the goal. It really doesn't matter. Let's play. We could figure that out after the game. And at the Warcats bench, Coach Caleb Kramer maybe lost a contact or something. He's reaching for his head. I hope it's nothing to do with his head, but he is hunched over at the Warcats bench. Keep an eye on him. Looks like he got hit in the side of the face, maybe in a celebration. But meanwhile, Bussy driving the net, takes the goalie out. Net comes off of the supports again. And no matter how well that net was put onto its supports, it was not going to stay with that kind of action. Bussy, Fury, and DJ Bridge, your three forwards. Bussy taking the face-off. Ties his man up at the dot. North Royalton wins it back to the corner, but played by DJ Bridge. Bridge sends it over to the far corner where Bussy just, again, this is a theme here. Just beat to the puck. and it allows North Royalton to come out of zone, and a great attempt, but an equally great save by Muckovitz. Yes, North Royalton does have some speedy players. The Warcats going to have to start anticipating it a little better and getting to those pucks. Bussey now trying to bring it in and then taken away by North Royalton, who's got numbers coming the other way. Number 24, the shot blocker save made by Muckovitz. Again, kept in at the blue line, sent down low. Kick save by the North Royalton player from the corner. Now sent out of the zone. Bussey up on the left side. Caleb Bussey. Nobody with them as the Warcats are making a change. Tries to get it in deep and tie his man up, and actually great job there by Bussey to do just that. Puck comes up alongside the board and then pitchforked out. Who at first looked a little casual going after that, but picked up a little steam. Sends it over to Cooper Kleberger. Long pass being sent up to David Reisinger at the blue line. Now trying to get to that loose puck. It's Josh Tidd. To Nixon. Nixon from the blue line. Puck is played around to him, and now, again, with speed coming out of the zone, North Royalton. A shot at the side of the net, save made by Muckovitz. Cedric Collins, one man to beat. Collins gets around him. Shot save made! Another good look for Cedric Collins. One of those is going to go eventually. He's got to keep at it. Way offsides by North Royalton. Played out of the zone, picked up by David Reisinger. David Reisinger brings it in, slides it across to Collins. Shot save made again. Collins, another good look. Lilly keeping it in. Alex Snyder actually keeping it in up at the blue line. Changes being made rapidly. Collins running into his man. Sean Hunt back out on the ice. Reed Hinton. Collins still on the ice at the end of a very long shift. Now he's coming off. For Colin Fury. Nixon's been out there a while too. Colin Fury gloves it down. North Royalton not able to get it out of the zone. Colin Fury comes up with the loose puck. Being hacked at. Sends it to the front of the net. Into the blue paint and then steered aside. North Royalton coming back the other way. Good play by Alex Snyder to get that puck away from the North Royalton player who was trying to advance. And then a chip shot up onto Aiden Muckovitz. 6:01 remaining of a spirited second period of play. Both teams trading goals so far in this second period. North Royalton still up by 1. But the Warcats showing a lot more life, and Cedric Collins with 100 chances. And you know he's going to bury another one if he keeps getting those chances. Along the boards now, Fury and Hood fighting to get possession of the puck with two North Royalton players draped on their back. Hood pinned into the corner, picked out by number 14, and then coming in to help out was Reed Hinton. DJ Bridge up on the right side, centering feed to Colin Fury. Fury trying to get around his player, and then sends a high shot in and blockered out of midair by the goaltender who knocked it right down in front of him in the blue paint. But no Warcats player there to knock it in, but that puck was loose in the paint for a while. Now puck pinned in behind that goal line, nobody moving it. And coming in now is Hinton trying to move it. As the Warcats are the team down by a goal, they don't want it just sitting there against the boards. But now kept in by Alex Snyder. Feeds it down to Bridge. Bridge with the shot save made by the goaltender. And the goaltender for North Royalton really has done a good job. Cullen Hassel free from the box. Now back out on the ice with Cedric Collins and Caleb Bussey. Bussey from the face-off shot save made. Good face-off win there by the Warcats. Stepping in again is Hassel. See if he can win this one as cleanly. He does win it, but it jumps over Andrew Reisinger's head. And out of the zone, Bryce Wickheiser able to get to it. Spins away from his man. And then sends it right to a North Royalton player in the high slot. Shot save made. Backhand attempt save made. Cullen Hassel had one man to beat, could not beat him. Boy, he would have been on all alone, too. And then shooting at his own goaltender. A North Royalton player, bold strategy there. If that would have went in, that was crazy times. I mean, that was a legit shot at his own goaltender. Now up on the left side. Misplayed there by North Royalton player, and icing going to be the call, as that North Royalton player could not catch up with it. Boy, that was wild. I always like shots at your own goaltender. Just keeps the game more interesting, I suppose. Bridge, Reisinger, and Fury out there. 4:13 remaining, second period. David Reisinger taking the face-off and winning it, and then trying to go through his legs to get it towards the net. Kept in by Nixon. Bridge now spinning away from one man. Continuing to spin, but couldn't spin away from the second, third, fourth, fifth person. And North Royalton brings it out into the Warcat zone. Behind the net. Again, looking to feed it out in front. Did not happen. And this time taken away by, and a slash. Colin Fury's stick slashed out of his hand. I'm not sure how you can argue that. So, it was just a couple inches shorter than I am. Goes to the box. I can say it because I'm a little guy too, so. I probably wasn't much taller than that in high school. So now the Warcats on a power play, down by a goal, looking to even things up, send out Hassel, Bussey, Collins. Collins slammed into in the corner, North Royalton getting to that puck, but played nicely by Cullen Hassel to keep the puck in. Andrew Reisinger, now winds up, shot save made. Reisinger leaves it there for Hassel. Hassel trying to get it down into the corner where Bussey's waiting for it. Bussey across, shot goal, goes in behind the net. How did he miss? That puck came right to Cedric Collins. Collins on the doorstep. And down on the ice is Cullen Hassel, and the whistle blows as he stayed down on the ice, and he is holding his shoulder. Skating very slowly to the bench. We do not want to see this. We've already had injuries. Certainly not looking for another one.
Where's the trainer at? Where's the trainer at? Beautiful.
And Hassel over there by the bench with his shoulder hanging.
Is there anybody?
And just kind of forced to sit there, trying to raise his arm. We'll keep an eye on him. Hopefully, just a little stinger. The Warcats go cross-ice feed to Collins. Over to Andrew Reisinger. Shot. Hamburger! It's a power play goal! And the Warcats tie the game up on a power play goal by Andrew Reisinger. And 2-2. Game is tied up with exactly 3 minutes to play in the second period. And let's see if that ignites the Warcats. Now Colin Fury deflecting the puck in. David Reisinger behind the goal line trying to get to it. Falling down is the North Royalton player. Reaching for it was Reed Hinton. Coming up with it is Colin Fury, cycling it back to the corner. North Royalton trying to cycle it out of that corner. 3-on-1, now 3-on-2. Hinton comes in. And it comes out to a long-haired North Royalton player. Delayed offsides here in North Royalton allows David Reisinger a little bit of time from his own zone up to Colin Fury. Good pass by the young David Reisinger. Fury has the puck roll up his stick. A slap shot attempt maybe by David Reisinger. That puck went nowhere. Diving back to back check Reed Hinton. Good job by Reed Hinton, giving it everything he had to disrupt that. Now out in front, played away by Nixon. Great play there as the advancing North Royalton player had stars in his eyes. And now we're going to have a penalty behind the play to North Royalton, it looks like. Picked up by Bussey, touched by North Royalton, and hooking going to be assessed. And back to the power play are going to go the Warcats, just coming off of a power play goal. And North Royalton starting to fill the box up nicely. 1:43 remaining. Second period. We see Reed Hinton come out with David Reisinger and Cedric Collins. Too many men on the ice there for North Royalton. They send the extra person off. Face-off kept down into the zone there by the Warcats. And David Reisinger slammed into the boards. Hinton trying to come in to help out. In behind the net. Now Collins coming out to help out. David Reisinger trying to get it back to the point. Got to keep his head up. Nobody there. Aiden Mukovich come way out of the net. Open net. Goal scored. Short-handed goal. Rather unfortunate series of events there. David Reisinger spun around thinking he had a player open at the point. But North Royalton, to their credit, kept a winger high who was able to disrupt that and knock it down the ice. And the defense for the Warcats could not recover in time. Mukovich caught in no man's land. Tried to come out and play it. Misplayed it. And just dumped into an open net. But the Warcats still on the power play. And a chance, hopefully again here to tie it up. North Royalton sending it into the Warcat zone. It's DJ Bridge, Caleb Bussey, and Colin Fury. That's Bussey with the puck. Bussey has it played away from him in the neutral zone. Picked up by Owen Hood. Owen Hood then sends it into the zone. Keeps it there. Good job by Owen Hood to stick out his hand, but he's going to get a glove pass for his effort. Kept it in the zone using his glove, but played by a Warcats player next. And so the faceoff's going to come outside the zone. 1:10 remaining in the penalty, but only 52, almost 53 seconds remaining in the period. So the period time will come up before the penalty. And now the faceoff won by North Royalton and sent down into the Warcat zone. Alex Snyder circling back to get it. To Andrew Reisinger, back to Snyder. Snyder now with some space. Long lead pass, trying to get it up to Collins, who would be offsides after it got deflected and slowed up. Collins was into the zone. Sent back down by North Royalton. Andrew Reisinger chips it up ahead. Reed Hinton. Hinton on the right side. Sends it in deep and then goes after it. 18 seconds remaining in the period. David Reisinger spins it around. Sends it to the front of the net, hoping that Reed Hinton would have been able to get a piece of that. Now 9 seconds and a 2-on-1 for North Royalton. Snyder trying to get back. Sent over and then shot behind the net. Number 2 already has one shorthanded goal. Looking to get a second. Nothing doing there, and the horn sounds, perhaps saving the Warcats from further abuse there. 12 shots on goal for the Warcats, a much better period for them. But the shorthanded goal, the difference right now. 11 shots on goal for North Royalton that period. 20 for the game for North Royalton, 22 for the Warcats.
Oh.
Warcats giving up a power play goal, a shorthanded goal, having scored a power play goal of their own. And at 5-on-5, this game would be tied 1-1. So a short break here between second and third period. 15 minutes remaining in this game now.
Well, he might have his mom and dad are gone.
And still no word on Cullen Hassel, who suffered some kind of shoulder injury. And we understand Hassel had a previous shoulder injury from baseball, perhaps just re-aggravating that. Looks like he remains over there on the bench. And so we drop the puck here for the third period. North Royalton sends it down into the Warcats zone. 10 seconds remaining on the power play for the Warcats. Andrew Reisinger plays it away from the North Royalton player and now out of his zone. Long lead pass up to Caleb Bussey, who steers it in the zone, but both teams now skating at full strength. Puck comes all the way back down into the Warcats zone where Andrew Reisinger gets to the puck first, trying to spin away from big number 26. One of the better players here for North Royalton is number 26. Alex Snyder coming in to help out, but 26 gets it again to the side of the net, no further, and then in behind the play, goes up high on Alex Snyder. Again, it's North Royalton, though, with possession. Warcats desperately trying to get to this puck. And now Snyder up to Collins. Collins gains the red line, dumps it in, and is ridden off the puck after he let it go. No call there. Bussey slammed into as he chases it. Collins from the corner now. Collins starting to get a little angry. That may be a good thing. In behind the play, Bussey knocked away from the puck. And 1-on-2, it's North Royalton coming into the Warcat zone. Sending a shot that's deflected high up over the net. Nixon. A little too much for Reisinger. North Royalton from their own zone. Bridge giving chase. Fury hacking at that puck in the neutral zone. Sent into Aiden Whaley. Whaley loses the puck as he spins around trying to get it up on the far side. North Royalton picks it up and then stolen away by Colin Fury. Fury now skating away from his player. Fury with a little bit of room. Wide up shot, save made. Good shot there by Fury. Up to the blue line and out. Nixon sends it back in. Warcats touch back up and get on sides. Comes to the near wall. Whaley sending it back to the blue line. Nobody there for the Warcats. Whaley now head up, sends it opposite side. David Reisinger chips it ahead into the zone. Reisinger gets away from one guy. Sends it over to Fury. Fury cannot get the puck on his forehand. Down low, Reisinger! Save made. David Reisinger on the doorstep. Hood brings it in the zone. Hood trying to get by the defenseman. Would have been better passing that puck, in my estimation. Bryce Wickizer to Owen Hood. Hood from his own zone. Hood taking a lot of extra time. Was only able to get it to the blue line. It did eventually come out. North Royalton having to get on sides. Tidd playing it away from a couple guys. Bringing it in zone. Now this is where it needs to be passed. Hinton trying to get to the loose puck. Cooper Kleberger now up on offense. Hood sends it in down low. Hinton, Cooper Kleberger, and Tidd the forwards. So DeJondo changing things up a little bit. Tidd with it from the corner. Trying to get it out in front, hits the side of the net. In behind the net it goes. Under 12 minutes remaining in the game. Falling down on the play is Reed Hinton. Hinton trying to kick at it. Down behind the play, no call. Did look like perhaps Hinton had a hold of North Royalton player's stick as he was trying to away. Owen Hood and sends it up and gets it over the blue line. Warcats were making a change. Looked like he had nobody to send it to. Long bouncing pass or shot goes on to Mukovitz. Now circling out in front. Now back to the point. North Royalton winds up. Shot. Hits Hood in front. And Hood able to clear the zone. Chips it up to Collins. Collins plays it off his skate into the zone. Now at the blue line, gets around one guy, but again, cannot get around the second and third guys. You can get around the one, and then you got to look up and try and get a pass. We're going to have a glove-to-head situation here by North Royalton. And the referee trying to explain what that means. And North Royalton player number 2, who right now has the go-ahead goal, not buying the explanation. Collins, Bridge, and Blumel, your forwards. Nicholas Crone playing that puck up along the wall. North Royalton icing it back into the Warcats zone with 10:42 remaining. 3-2, North Royalton leading the semifinal game. On the strength of a shorthanded goal so far. David Reisinger taking the face off. He's got Colin Fury with him. And DJ Bridge. And certainly what a loss for the Warcats without Cullen Hassel. We have not seen him return to the ice since the shoulder injury. Sent right out front and gloved down by Mukovitz. And on the doorstep was a North Royalton player. And somebody being sent off by the Warcats. Alex Snyder. Just trying to protect his goalie again. If these referees would blow the whistle and come in, it's now Snyder who gets cross-checked. Or gets a cross-checking penalty.
Exactly. Do your job, blow the whistle.
Under 10.5. Under 10.5 to play, and the Warcats now trying to kill a penalty. One there by North Royalton cleanly. Now from the point, skating in, number 29 sends it far side and into the high slot, shipped out, and Colin Fury sends it down the ice the rest of the way. The Warcats sitting back, maybe hoping North Royalton makes a mistake here on their power play. The Warcats victim. The Warcats victim of a shorthanded penalty. This looks like North Royalton just going through the motions. That puck was casually chipped in and then held up by Aiden Mukovitz. Cooper Kleberger now up on offense, filling in for Cullen Hassel. It looks like he's going to perhaps remain up there. Keeping in mind North Royalton on the power play. That shot hits Mukovitz in the helmet, and he's able to hang on as the puck comes down into his jersey and eventually his glove. A little bit of a bell ringer there. Cooper Kleberger taking the face-offs. And won by North Royalton. That shot save made again by Mukovitz. And I tell you, if I was Coach DeJondo, I might get somebody else out there to take the face-off. And indeed, that's what he does. He sends Bussy out, who's got a little more face-off experience, to lean in and take it. Bussy ties his man up at the dot. North Royalton trying to get to it. Bussy jostling for it, but North Royalton gets it. From the point again, deflected down by Andrew Reisinger. Reisinger then trying to get to the backhand and get out of the zone. He's tied up. North Royalton gets it down low. Shot. Goal scored. Power play goal. It's a power play goal for North Royalton. And now North Royalton goes up by 2 goals, 4-2. And the referee is now discussing whether or not the net was off. A goal can still count even with the net off. And so I imagine that's what they're saying. It may have been off, but it didn't affect the play. And unfortunately for the Warcats now, got to dig themselves out of a 2-goal hole. Special teams have definitely been the difference of this game. Warcats giving up 2 power play goals and a shorthanded goal. Having scored a power play goal themselves, but as I said, 5-on-5 hockey, this game is a 1-to-1 game. The Warcats do not play a lot of 5-on-5 hockey there. Collins now bringing it up on the right side. Collins sliding it across, looking to get it to David Reisinger. Kept in at the point by Owen Hood, who tries to skate it into the zone. Again, the individual effort's not going to happen. Then interfered with at the blue line. Bryce Wickheiser. No call, but icing. The whistle comes for icing. Just under 9 minutes remaining in the third period. Tidd, Bussey, and Cowens now out there. Wickheiser and Hood playing defense. One there by North Royalton, kept in by the Warcats just wide of the net. Cowens from the corner, trying to get around one guy. He does. From the faceoff, that shot hits the side of the net, perhaps. Saw the netting move. Got a little excited there, but I think it hit the side of the net. North Royalton now bringing it out of the zone and driving the net. The shot goes wide. Josh Tidd trying to step into his man. It's Bussey who comes up, or Tidd comes up with it. Bussey was in front of him, and then way after the play, Tidd knocked down. No call there. Bussey with the attempted shot. It goes in behind the net. Parents from North Royalton going nuts. Perhaps wanting their team to pick up the physicality, which I think has already been picked up. We do not want to see anybody get hurt here. Already with the loss of Cullen Hassel, Santos Shalia out of this game and out for an extended period. The Warcats already shorthanded with some firepower. It's North Royalton with the puck, bringing it into the Warcat zone. Getting around one man's number 14, sliding it across. 26 not able to handle that. David Reisinger driving them into the boards. 7.5 to play. Up to the blue line, but kept in, down low, shot. Steered aside. Nixon up to Bridge. Bridge backhands it over to Hinton. Hinton not able to get to it. Again, this is North Royalton beating the Warcats to the puck. Now in behind the net. Misplayed a little bit there by Chase Nixon. North Royalton trying to jam it in. Number 26 spins around. That shot save made there by Mukovitz. To the point and out of the zone. Misplayed by number 24 at the blue line. Slid past DJ Bridge up on the left side. Kicked up by number 2 for North Royalton. Here's a shot save made there by Mukovitz. Another shot from a wide angle. Held on to by Mukovitz. And down by 2 goals, it's North Royalton carrying a lot of the play. And that's a tough to get back in the game in that instance. So the combination now, it looks like it's going to be Fury, Cooper Kleberger, and possibly Caleb Bussey. Puck comes to Wilson, Cooper Kleberger, and then played down towards the net. Owen Hood picking it up the boards. Cooper Kleberger gets it out of the zone. North Royalton sends it right back in. North Royalton can do that for another 6.5 minutes. Still hang on and win this game. Number 15 for North Royalton. Shot crazy angle. Save made there. Big rebound came out in front, but cleared by the Warcats. Now gets over the blue line and Wilson with it. Wilson, Cooper Kleberger. From the blue line, drop past to Bussey. Bussey then backhands it towards the goal. Held on by the North Royalton player. And on the doorstep were the Warcats, who actually did nothing. And so, nothing doing after the play there. Fury, Bussey, and Cooper Kleberger staying out there. Hood and Andrew Reisinger on defense. The referee doing something or another, repairing the ice maybe. Drops the puck. Controlled by North Royalton, but up at the point, kept in by Andrew Reisinger. Just wide of the net. Bussey was sitting back door. Could not get a stick on it. Now 2-on-1. North Royalton coming the other way. Sliding the puck across. Save made by Mukovitz. Shot save made by Mukovitz again. And a lot of banter going back and forth here. at the end of the day, it's the Warcats down by 2 goals. And penalties rearing their ugly head again. David Reisinger taking the face off. Stepping in was Collins, but it came free. Sean Hunt now into the corner, trying to protect the puck. Comes up along the boards. Picked up there by Alex Snyder. Snyder now skating it with speed through the neutral zone into North Royalton zone, and then Collins gets it to his stick, tries a toe drag, and it didn't work out. North Royalton coming the other way. Shot, goal scored. And now 5-2. Big lead by North Royalton. And the Warcats, the individual efforts, haunted them on that play. Bussy Hinton and Cooper Kleberger up on the forward line. Wickheiser and Nixon back on defense. Cooper Kleberger backhands it into the zone. North Royalton to it from the corner. Now trying to center it out in front. Stolen there by North Royalton, who again escapes the zone with speed. Catching a lot of the forwards of the Warcats down low. Delayed offsides. Wickheiser back to retrieve it. Bryce Wickheiser around one person, around the second. Around the third. Up to Bussy on the left side. Bussy has the puck roll, so he sends it in deep. Cooper Kleberger tried to play it up to the point. Stolen away by North Royalton, sent into the zone. Bussy slides into his man. Loose puck comes to Nixon. Up to Cooper Kleberger. Good pass. Touch pass over to Bussy. Now it's one-on-one. Bussy, the victim of a stick check there. And then the shot, goal scored! Hail Mary! From an impossible angle. Caleb Bussy.
Come on, guys.
Bussy sending a shot, as he does quite often, from any angle, and that time, goaltender not able to handle it. Got a piece of it, and it rolled in behind him. And good job by Caleb Bussy. And there's still time remaining. 4:48 in the third period. Warcats down by 2. And we get a whistle on the icing as North Royalton was not able to gain center ice, sending that puck in. Colin Fury with the face-off win to David Reisinger, right on shot. Save made. Reisinger didn't get a whole lot on it, but enough to get it to the net. Now North Royalton coming the other way into the Warcat zone. Andrew Reisinger demolishes his man, and now it's going to be delayed offsides here on North Royalton, who have to clear the zone, which gives Andrew Reisinger some space. Long lead pass, looking for David Reisinger up on the left side. Didn't connect. Colin Fury picking that off, but it rolls off of his stick. Manos De Piedros. Now stolen again by number 2. He's got 2 goals, looking for the hat trick. Save made by Mukovitz. And the hat trick not quite forthcoming for that young man yet. 4:07 remaining, third period. Warcats down 5-3. Sending out Hinton, Collins, Snyder Hood, and Cooper Kleberger. Owen Hood now up from his defensive position, carrying it into the zone. Hood on the right side. Hood has it poked away from him behind the goal line. North Royalton able to get it out of the zone and send it up the center. Hinton back there in a defensive position, had his head up, and the puck rolled off of the blade of his stick as he tried to make a pass. Recovering, though, is Alex Snyder. Collins loses the puck, North Royalton sends it in deep again. Pitchfork behind the net. Trying to get it out in front, blocked there by Owen Hood. Now Cowens with it. Cowens from that side wall, fends off one player, is not able to stretch past it up to Cooper Kleberger. Cowens now going after a man. Nothing doing there. Coming back in to get it, Snyder and Cowens. Kept in at that half wall by North Royalton. Now at the blue line, it's Cedric Cowens able to finally get it out. North Royalton, first one's back to get it. Back into the zone. Kept in by Cedric Cowens, and again the toe drag not there to get it around the defense. North Royalton playing pretty sound defense, to be honest. 2:45 remaining, third period. Deflected out of midair by David Reisinger. Colin Fury now along that wall. Behind the goal line, sent up along that half wall. North Royalton able to exit the zone fairly easily, and the Warcats may have to take some chances to keep that puck in the zone. Now, at the red line there, David Reisinger tied up with his man. Bussy coming in to help out. Colin Fury on the ice as well. Nicholas Crone getting a piece of that puck. Back into the Warcat zone. Alex Snyder retreating to the far corner. Circling back, getting the puck. Too far for Bussy. Picked off by North Royalton. Now bringing it in the zone. Backhand. Shot save made. Bouncing puck. Whistle blows. Just under 2 minutes to play. Just under 2 minutes to play in the game. The Warcats down by 2 goals and a timeout being called by Coach DeJondo. And again, it bears mentioning, if we played 5-on-5 the entire game, this game is tied. Would be tied 2-2. And DeJondo probably trying to set up when he's going to take the goalie out. I imagine they'll pull Mukovitz. See if they can get a quick goal here. 2 minutes. They do have time. Just have to have possession of the puck. North Royalton's going to try and clear it as much as possible. And as I said before, it's the Warcats may have to take some chances at the blue line, pinching in and going after loose pucks to keep it in. Winner of this game advances to the final at 3:30 today. Want to use this time to also congratulate the Warcats JV team, understanding late last night getting a win over the Northeast Storm. Their first victory of the year. A shorthanded goal, I believe, being scored by Andrew Pollack, who has seen some time with his varsity team. So congratulations to them. Now the puck's dropped in the Warcat zone. Picked up by Andrew Reisinger. Reisinger gets it out of zone to Bussy. Bussy brings it in on the left side. Bussy with the shot, goal scored! Hamburger! And Bussy, another goal, showing you the power of the shot. Shooting it sometimes gets you everywhere. And they did not pull their goal. The Warcats did not need to pull their goalie at that point. Not only down by 1 goal and 1:46 remaining, so only took 13 seconds off the clock for that goal. Number 2 looking for the hat trick, shoots it wide of the net, comes to the blue line and out. Bussy trying to get to it. North Royalton to it first, kept on sides. Alex Snyder trying to get it out of the zone. The Warcats have got to get possession here so that they can pull their goaltender. Bussy up the Reisinger, back to Bussy. Bussy chipping it ahead, needs to get that puck maybe into the corner and deep. But regardless of that, Mukovitz needs to come out of the net, and it is Bussy now laying down on the ice after a hard hit. And that is extremely unfortunate. Bussy, a very tough kid. He wouldn't be laying down there if he wasn't hurt. We've seen this far too often for the Warcats in the last couple weeks. Already without Cullen Hassel from this game. Santos Shalia a scratch. Bussy getting up off his own power and skating gingerly, but does not want to come out. And I believe he's going to have to be replaced. And indeed he is. So the Warcats, with an empty net, are going to send out David Reisinger, Hinton, Collins, Fury, not Fury. They're going to put Mukovitz back in the net now as the faceoff comes outside the zone. And North Royalton trying to control it off the faceoff. They do, in fact, get it into the Warcat zone. Andrew Reisinger, first one back to get it. Reisinger spins away from one man. Reisinger off the boards to himself. Chipping it a little too far, though, and wasn't able to catch up with it. Alex Snyder up to Cedric Collins. Collins with the puck in his skates. Couldn't find it. And the North Royalton able to send it back in, 45 seconds remaining. Snyder to Collins. Collins now has it cleanly. The Warcats pulling Aiden Mukovitz. No time left for him to be in the net. Comes back to the blue line. Bussy now back out on the ice. Good to see him back out there, 20 seconds. The net is empty. 6 skaters out for the Warcats. Puck along the boards. Collins to Snyder. Shot save made. As the shot was partially deflected, it made it a little more difficult for the goaltender. Hangs on with 11.7 remaining and a very crucial face-off. DeJondo electing not to put Shalia out there without equipment on to take the face-off. He's going to keep Bussy in there. Bussy's done a good job on face-offs recently, too. Leans in, wins it cleanly. Collins back to the point. Andrew Reisinger winds up, shot save made down low. 7 seconds remaining. And a good look for the Warcats. From the point, Reisinger doing exactly what he needed to. Got it all the way down in front of the goaltender. And the Warcats down by 1 goal with an empty net. Bussy leaning in to take the face-off again. North Royalton trying to cheat on the face-off. It's finally dropped there. Point! Or Rock City. And the Warcats go to 2-2 in the tournament. Both their losses coming to this North Royalton team. Eight shots on goal for North Royalton that period. 33 for the game for North Royalton. 30 for the Warcats. A lot of action, a lot of goals. And the Warcats now end the beginning portion of their season, the tournament schedule, and will start league play coming up. And so we hope you join us for that. So, coming to you live from Mentor Civic Arena, this is Sam Schley on SammyVision, now signing off.